Good evening, everyone. My name is Vandana Tarwani. Let's get started. We are going to dive deep into IELTS Writing Task 2 today. That means essay writing, IELTS essay writing. Now, there are going to be different types of essays in the IELTS exam, which you must master. So these are your discussion essay. You may get a discussion essay on the day of exam. You may get a direct question essay also. Opinion essay is another possibility. Then there is this advantage and disadvantage essay. And then you have problem solution essay. Now, there are different possibilities under all of these, which you must master. And coming to the word limit, you must write somewhere around 260 to 280 words. And 4 paragraphs. One must write 4 paragraphs when it comes to writing an essay, writing an IELTS essay. So if you write less than 4 paragraphs, you will be marked down. And if you write somewhere around only 250 or less than 250 words, in that case also, you will be marked down. So let's see what we are diving deep into today. Right. Now, this question, it appeared this year itself on 3rd February. So this is a real IELTS writing question. It says, some people encourage watching sports to learn about teamwork and strategy, while others believe that one can learn these skills only through playing sports. So what are our keywords over here? There are, firstly, they are saying discuss both the views and give your opinion. Now, in a discussion essay, you will always get 2 debatable viewpoints. Your step number 1 is you need to understand the given statement. So don't take it as just reading it once and start writing. You must understand it intricately. Now let's understand it intricately what exactly they are saying. They are saying some people encourage watching sports. Watching sports, why exactly? To learn about teamwork and strategy. This is our viewpoint number 1. Whereas viewpoint number 2 says that others believe that one can learn these skills only through playing sports. So we have 2 debatable viewpoints here. Viewpoint number 1 says that one must watch sports in order to learn teamwork and strategy. And viewpoint number 2 says that one must play sports in order to develop the same skills. Now you need to understand the instructions. Instructions over here are saying that you need to discuss both the viewpoints, viewpoint number 1 and viewpoint number 2, plus you need to give your opinion. You need to take a very clear stand in the favor of any opinion. Now, in discussion essay, even if you are favoring any one opinion, you still cannot demean the opposite side. You must give reasons for both the viewpoints. So you need to give reasons, even if you are in the favor of one viewpoint, you must give reasons for both the sides. Now, how exactly you will decide your opinion? You cannot randomly take a stand in the favor of any one viewpoint. You first need to generate content. You first need to generate ideas, which are your reasons in the favor of both viewpoints. And then you will realize that towards which viewpoint you have better ideas. So let's generate ideas. Now, viewpoint number 1 says that one must watch sports in order to develop skills like teamwork and strategy. Why do you think that some people think like that? Well, I believe reason number 1 here could be that just by watching people play sports, we can realize and we can understand that how these people are able to maintain their calm and composure in stressful situations. We can also understand how they are resolving conflicts among themselves. We can also understand how they are controlling their anger. Even if a team player does not perform well, there is no blame game. They take responsibility as a team, they own it as a team. So all this can be observed by just watching them. Whereas when it comes to playing, I believe all this can be understood by having in-hand experience. That means by practical knowledge. So here, when we are actually playing as a participant, we can develop these skills by having practical experience. Now, I believe observing versus having practical experience, if these two are the cases, then I believe I am bending towards playing. In my opinion, I believe that this is a stronger viewpoint, that one can develop these skills by playing a sports rather than observing. So in my opinion, I believe I will be taking a stand towards the second viewpoint. Now, if we have a very clear-cut stand, one-sided stand, then how to build our paragraphs? What can be the structure? Let's understand that. So your opinion can be one-sided or balanced as well. And accordingly, you will have body paragraphs. Now let's imagine that you have one-sided opinion here, and you are saying that it's important for a person to play sports in order to develop team building and strategy. If you have one-sided opinion, then this is the structure that needs to be followed. Your paragraph number 1 is going to be introduction paragraph. Paragraph number 2 is going to be body paragraph 1. Paragraph number 3, body paragraph 2. And paragraph number 4 is going to be conclusion paragraph. But what exactly will you write inside these paragraphs? In the introduction, your step number 1 is you will paraphrase the statement given above. Paraphrase means you will rewrite the same thing which the question is saying. You will rewrite the same information that the question has given you, but in such a way that language changes. You cannot copy the language from the question. And once that is done, then you will move to thesis statement. And what exactly will you do in thesis? In thesis, you will write your own opinion. You will take a stand. Now, mind you, thesis statement or taking a stand, writing your opinion very clearly is the star of your essay. So you must take this seriously. Now let's imagine you are in the favor of playing sports, and that's exactly what you are mentioning here in your opinion. Then what will go in your body para 1? In your body para 1, you will explain the opposite side. You will explain why exactly some people believe that just by watching sports, we can develop these skills. And how exactly will you explain? You can take the same ideas we generated on the previous slide, that they can see how these participants, these team players, these sports people, they are maintaining their calm under stressful situations. They are having anger management. So you can observe. And then when you come to body paragraph 2, here you will explain your own opinion, which of course in the favor of playing a sport in order to develop team building skills and strategy. And how exactly will you explain that? You will explain that by this idea that here we get to apply what we are only observing by watching them. Here we get to apply those same strategies. And then in the conclusion, you will summarize your ideas. Plus, you will restate your opinion. That means you will restate the thesis statement. Again, I'm marking it as a star. It is very, very important for you to give your opinion very clearly, maintain the same opinion throughout. You must not contradict yourself. Just one more thing before we move ahead. If you have a balanced viewpoint, then you must have a body paragraph 3 also over here, wherein you will explain your balanced viewpoint. That is the difference between one-sided view and balanced view. That is a small difference. Now let's move ahead and let's see how we are writing the introduction paragraph, wherein we are paraphrasing and we are giving thesis statement, we are giving our opinion. Let's see how we have done that. Right. So here in the question, they say some people encourage active voice, whereas here in the paraphrasing, we have changed it to passive voice. We are saying it is believed by many that values such as collaboration and strategizing can be learned by streaming sports content, whereas others believe that one needs to participate in sports activities to imbibe them. Till here, we are paraphrasing. And then we are giving our opinion. We are saying, in my opinion, participating in sports is a better way to inculcate these values in oneself. So very clear-cut opinion. Now let's understand how exactly we have paraphrased. What are some strategies that we have applied here? Like I said, here in the question, they are using active voice, whereas in our paraphrasing, we are using passive voice. It is believed by many. that values such as collaboration, now we are using synonyms, collaboration and strategizing instead of teamwork and strategy, can be learned by streaming sports content. Streaming sports content is again synonymous language of watching sports. And then we are using this great linker whereas. If you are using this linker like this, here it is connecting two contradictory ideas. So here this linker is working as but. When you are using this linker like but to connect two contradictory ideas, make sure that it is preceded by a comma. Another thing that you need to make sure is that you are using this linker as one word, whereas is one word, there is no space between where and as. Anyway, now moving ahead, we are saying whereas others believe that one needs to participate. What we are saying in the question, while others believe that one can learn these skills only through playing sports, instead of playing, we are using the word participate. So others believe that one needs to participate in sports activities to imbibe them. So instead of using the word learn, we are using the word imbibe them. Imbibe means to absorb, to inculcate. And then we are giving our opinion. Now, this is our opinion phrase, in my opinion. If you are using this phrase, make sure that there is a comma which comes after this word opinion. So in my opinion, participating in sports is a better way to inculcate these values in oneself. So paraphrasing plus thesis becomes your introduction paragraph. Now moving ahead and seeing how exactly we will write our body paragraph 1. Now, because in our opinion, we are in the favor of playing sports, and that is why our body paragraph 1 will be on the opposite viewpoint, that is watching sports. Here we will give reasons that why some other people believe watching sports is helpful in order to develop teamwork and strategy. So body para 1 is about opposite side, plus we will not demean the opposite side. Instead, we will give reasons that why these people believe in watching sports rather than playing. Let's see how we have done that. Okay, so the beginning phrase, on the one hand, is a linker, is a transition device. On the one hand, one can learn a lot about planning and coordination while watching sports, matches, both in person and online. In person means physically when you are present there. Watching both in person and online. And then we are elaborating our main idea using an example. We are saying, for instance, by watching a cricket match, one can observe and learn how, with each player's contribution, a team is able to set a high target for its opponent. So we are talking about observance here, that observing can really add to the values. Observance can really help you, and you can see how exactly they are developing, they are setting a target for their opponent. And then we are coming up with our second idea. We are saying, additionally, televised matches often come with expert commentary, analysis, and replays, offering viewers a deeper understanding of strategic maneuvers and decisions which are crucial in deciding the match outcome. A very nice, well-developed, complex sentence. Let's thoroughly understand this paragraph. So we are beginning with this linking device on the one hand. And our very first idea is that these strategies, coordination can be developed. Planning and coordination can be developed only by, even if you are observing a sport, whether it is physically or you are watching it online. And then you are explaining. Explaining really matters if you are looking to score high bands. Whatever your main idea is, make sure you are explaining that idea. Make sure there is at least one example in your body paragraph. And then we are explaining that how together as a team, they are able to set a good target. They are at least trying to set a good target for the opponent. And we can observe that. And then we are coming up with our second idea, which again, we are beginning with the linker, that is additionally. We are saying additionally, television matches often come with expert commentary, analysis, and replays. And now we are developing this idea. What happens as a result? These things offer viewers a deeper understanding of strategic maneuvers and decisions. And then what happens as a result? Which are crucial in deciding the match outcome, which here is a linker. And whenever you are using which like this in the middle of the sentences to connect two sentences, and you are talking about a impact using which. Impact means result. So here we are talking about result. We are saying which are crucial in deciding the match outcome. Now, if you are using which to talk about a result, again, make sure that it is preceded by a comma. Now let's move to the body para 2, which is our viewpoint, wherein we are trying to justify our opinion that why exactly it's more important to play and participate in a sport rather than just watching it. So if your body para 1, you are beginning with on the one hand, then your body para 2 should begin with the linking device on the other hand, like this. Let's see how we are doing it. We are saying, on the other hand, one can actively participates. Sorry, when one actively participates in any sport, one gains hands-on experience. That means practical experience. One gains hands-on experience in coordinating actions with teammates and taking responsibility for one's contribution to the team's success or failure. So this is about hands-on experience, that is practically applying what we were observing. And then we are elaborating it again using an example. We are saying, for instance, when one plays hockey, one gets to understand the importance of strategizing by giving others a chance to pass the ball instead of focusing on making a goal oneself. And then we are again using opinion phrase. We are saying, even I opine that. And it is very, very important. I'll come back to this. We are saying, even I opine that when one is present in the moment, in the tournament or a match, one gets practical experience of how to behave as a team player and devise plans to achieve goals, which may not be possible when one watches the tournament on television. Now, the band descriptors say that the candidate maintains his position throughout the response. What do you mean by candidate maintains his position? That means you are maintaining the same opinion throughout the response. You are not just giving your opinion in the introduction and conclusion. You are reminding the examiner about your conclusion even in the body paragraph. And that is why we are using this opinion phrase over here. But remember one thing, in my opinion is followed by a comma, whereas this phrase, I opine that, you will not take a comma after this. That is not followed by a comma. Now let's see what are the linkers that we are using here, how we are developing these sentences into well-developed complex sentences. On the other hand is our linking device, and then we are using when as a conjunction. So when one actively participates in any sport, one gains hands-on experience in coordinating actions with teammates and taking responsibility for one's contribution to the team's success or failure. So it's all about practically applying these strategies. And then we are giving the example of the sport hockey, that one cannot be selfish to just think about themselves. They have to strategize and trust their teammate also. And together as a team, they need to just devise a plan in order to have a goal, in order to make a goal. And then we are using our opinion phrase. We are saying, even I opine that when one is present in the moment, not only by observing, by playing, when one is present in the moment, in the tournament or a match, one gets practical experience. So this pronoun over here, one, we are using this pronoun because we need to write a formal essay. We cannot write you get practical experience, because if you write you, it will convert it into a very informal language. Plus, this one is a singular pronoun, and that is why we are not using get, we are using gets. So SES is added if your pronoun is singular. So one gets practical knowledge of how to behave as a team player and devise plans to achieve goals. Again, we are using which. And after which, we are again talking about the impacts, the results. We are saying which may not be possible when one watches the tournament on television. Now, because we are again talking about result over here, we have used a comma before which. Now, moving ahead to our final paragraph, the conclusion paragraph, wherein we will summarize both the viewpoints and we will again restate our opinion. That means thesis statement. We are saying in conclusion, this is again your transition linker. In conclusion, while this is again a beautiful advanced linker, while some may learn about team spirit and planning by watching sports, Others might learn it by participating in sports of their choice. I believe that being an active player allows one to learn these skills in the best way possible. This is our third opinion phrase that we have used in this essay. We have used in my opinion, comma, I opine that, no comma, and then the third opinion phrase, I believe that. And how exactly we are summarizing both the viewpoints? We are using this subordinate conjunction while, and we are connecting two contradictory ideas. And when you do that, when you use while in the beginning to connect two contradictory ideas, you need comma after the first sentence gets over. Let's read this once again. We are saying, in conclusion, while some may learn about team spirit and planning by watching sports, others might learn it by participating in sports of their choice. So paraphrasing, it is kind of paraphrasing only. And then we are writing our thesis statements once again. I believe that being an active player allows one to learn these skills in the best way possible. So this is our 4-paragraph structure for one-sided stand. Let's take a look at the entire essay in one go. Yeah. So let's see the introduction paragraph once again. We are saying it is believed by many that values such as collaboration and strategizing can be learned by streaming sports content, whereas others believe that one needs to participate in sports activities to imbibe them. In my opinion, don't forget the comma. In my opinion, participating in sports is a better way to inculcate these values in oneself. And then we are justifying the opposite viewpoint. We are saying, on the one hand, one can learn a lot about planning and coordination while watching sports matches, both in person and online. And then we are explaining. 1 star is your opinion, 2nd star is the explanation. We are explaining using an example. We are saying, for instance, by watching a cricket match, one can observe and learn how, with each player's contribution, a team is able to set a high target for its opponent. Now, this phrase, with each player's contribution, we have added in the middle of a sentence, and that is why it is preceded and followed by commas. And such things, such commas, intricacies can actually take your score beyond 7 bands. And then we are using another linker to come up with our second idea. We are saying, additionally, televised matches often come with expert commentary, analysis, and replays, offering viewers a deeper understanding of strategic maneuvers and decisions, which are crucial in deciding the match outcome. Very beautiful advanced structure. And then let's move to body paragraph 2. On the other hand, another transition linker, another subordinate conjunction. When one actively participates in any sport, again a comma, one gains hands-on experience in coordinating actions with teammates and taking responsibility for one's contributions to the team's success or failure. So when you are using when as a conjunction in the beginning of a sentence, then after one sentence gets over, you need a comma, and after comma, your second sentence continues. And then again, we are elaborating it using example. We are saying, for instance, when one plays hockey, again, the same structure, just take a look. When one plays hockey, comma, one gets to understand the importance of strategizing by giving others a chance to pass the ball instead of focusing on making a goal oneself. So you have to trust your teammates also, rather than just focusing on your own self. And then you are coming up, you are including your own opinion phrase. Even I opine that when one is present in the moment, in the tournament or a match, again a comma, because we are again using when as our conjunction, one gets practical experience of how to behave as a team player and devise plans to achieve goals, which may not be possible when one watches the tournament on television. Now, this sentence, this particular clause is absolutely significant. Why exactly? Because here you are comparing with the opposite side. And the more comparison you can do, the better can be your score. You are comparing, you are giving your own solid reason, and you are saying which may not be possible just by watching a sport on television. So comparison can actually take your score up. And then in conclusion, we are using again a subordinate conjunction. These conjunctions can make your convert your sentence into a complex one, which is highly recommended in the IELTS essays and reports. So we are saying in conclusion, while some may learn about team spirit and planning by watching sports, others, again, we need a comma. If you are using subordinate conjunction in the beginning of a sentence, once that sentence completes, you need a comma, and after comma, the second sentence comes. So others might learn it by participating in sports of their choice. I believe that being an active player allows one to learn these skills in the best way possible. Just one final thing before we wrap up. Just see, we have used opinion phrases thrice here. And that is actually absolutely significant. You are required to do this. Take a very clear stand in the introduction paragraph. Don't keep the examiner in suspense till your conclusion paragraph. Make it crystal clear for the examiner. And the same stand should be maintained in your body paragraph also. Plus, remember that these phrases, I opine that, I believe that, I would argue that these phrases which have that, they don't take commas with them. But this phrase, in my opinion, it will always take a comma after this. Now we are going to wrap this up over here. But if you liked today's content and this live stream, please join us. Please follow us on LinkedIn, on our social media platforms, on YouTube and Instagram. And I will see you in the next live stream. Bye-bye, everybody.